The wheels are only ever driven by an electric motor, and that means that we can control the engine that's generating the electricity separately to the driving speed and the acceleration. But we've also added another technology, which is active noise cancellation. So very similar to the headphones that you use on the aeroplane, we have a speaker in the luggage room of the car that will play the inverse noise to the engine and cancel it out. So when you're driving around the city, the engine can start and stop, and you won't even notice it's happening.
Follow investigative journalist Richard Barker as he investigates one of Australia's most hardline Pentecostal churches. Secrets we keep, pray harder. On Listener Now. SAFM News Briefing.
G'day, it's Tom Perri with you. The number of South Aussie homes being snapped up by international buyers appears to have peaked. Data published by the Adelaide Advertiser shows 630 of the 40,000 plus properties that were sold in the state last financial year were bought by foreign investors, an increase of 50% on pre-COVID figures. That number is expected to drop now that new foreign investment laws have taken effect, banning the purchase of existing houses by those based overseas for the next 2 years. We're facing a warmer than average weekend on the Limestone coast. Temperatures are expected to reach 32 degrees in Mount Gambier, which is about 9 degrees above the average maximum for April, while the mercury could reach 34 in Narracourt. Conditions aren't expected to ease either, with the Weather Bureau forecasting temperatures of 30 plus well into next week. If you're interested in working at a polling booth on election day, now's the time to sign up. The Electoral Commission needs 100,000 staff to cover a range of paid roles nationwide, 300 of them in our region. AEC spokesperson Evan Ekin-Smith says it's an important job.
Particularly if you're living in a regional area, we need people in those regions to put up their hand, otherwise the community potentially couldn't get a polling place. It doesn't happen without the staff.
And tonight sees 2 new art exhibitions being launched at the Riddoch ahead of them opening to the public tomorrow. Woodwork and the Woodcutter aim to showcase the Southeast's rich history of working with timber, as well as our deep connection to forestry.
After this, there is no turning back. You sip the red can, the story ends. You sip the black can, you enter dreamland. And I show you just how good the truth can taste. Take the Pepsi Max Taste Challenge.
Taking a look at sport, and in basketball, Richard Hill is marking his 300th game as senior coach of the Mount Gambier Pioneers men tomorrow night, when his side takes on the Eltham Wildcats at Wollunda. For Ford Endo, Mount Gambier's men and women have a double-header to play against the Sandringham Sabres, also at Wollunda, which is happening tonight. The women's teams will face each other first, with tip-off at 6pm.org.
The Howie Games podcast, where the biggest names in sports go one-on-one with Mark Howard. Howie lifts the lid on the real stories behind the headlines. Download the Listener app now. SAFM weather.
Today on the Limestone coast, partly cloudy, reaching 23 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and 32. Sunday, also 32. Hamish and Andy are officially back with Season 8 of their podcast. Download the free Listener app to listen now.